Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke. And over to the right of me on this time.
Y'all know what it is, man. No cool nickname. We're back in the building, literally, back inside.
Yep, back inside. Got a little warm outside.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit, you know.
It was about 85 today,
Yeah,
something like that.
it's getting up there, you know.
Warm enough.
Well, you know, and then we got the cicadas are out, right?
Yeah, man.
That's not any kind of background noise that we really need on this.
Also, I don't like bugs. So
Well,
if one of them
that.
shits land on me.
I heard that. Man, one landed on me today on my hat. Luckily, I was wearing a hat.
Yeah.
And it was like, whop!
Yeah, like I would have, like a whole freak out moment.
Yeah,
like I'm
man.
I'm out. I don't got that in me, man. So,
yeah.
It's good.
All right. Well, so for today, we are going to be highlighting something that you don't see too often. In your bigger lounges, you're going to see it, but it's a really enjoyable cigar, especially if you like the brand.
Yeah.
So this is the Oliva V 135th anniversary cigar. And something I really, really like about this cigar, and I'll get a picture for you guys, is the presentation, the box presentation.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in this like fan, right? So it's the cigar is like tapered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the foot is smaller than the head, and they arrange it such that they do like this, you know, in this like nice fan shape. But I got these at a crazy good deal. Grabbed this, you know, I bought enough for a box, but they didn't send me the box. They just sent me a 10-pack.
I got you.
You know, they cheated me out of the box.
That sucks.
You know, but hey,
somebody's got that box on their wall somewhere.
You know, it could be one of those that is a, what do you call it, like a retail box where they don't actually, you know, they don't make that many and they just send them like Mazos. I don't know. But
it smells great.
Oh, dude, this is a really great cigar. It's a solid medium-bodied, medium-flavored cigar. And if you like the V series, you know, the various ones, like, you're gonna love the cigar.
Yeah, I've had tons of the Oliva, but you know, I don't think I've had this one specifically. So, you know, I know I haven't had this one because of the tapered, you know, presentation of it. Like, I know I haven't smoked it before. This is one you would remember if you did.
It's a very unique shape.
Yeah,
you know, for a cigar. So, but anyway, for our spirit for today, we are going to highlight the Baker's 107, which is supposed to mean, you know, that it's 107 proof.
Yeah.
But I think that's just a minimum because each batch is slightly different, and some are higher. You get some that are, you know, I think it's also a minimum of 7 years. Yeah, it's a minimum of 7 years, but I mean, I've seen them up to almost 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, this one here is almost 9. It's 8 years, 10 months.
All of their stuff that I've had so far has been really enjoyable. So, you know.
And I mean, guess who makes this?
Not a clue.
It's another Jim Beam product.
Get up out of here, bro! Like, we talk so much shit about Jim Beam, and like, all of a sudden we love a bunch of this stuff.
It's crazy, bro. Like, you know, this is probably the first Jim Beam product that I found that I really enjoyed and didn't know that it was a Jim Beam product at the time.
Yeah.
You know, great thing here recently, I'm seeing this on the shelf for the most part. They tend to be a limit one, but, you know, so they're allocated on the shelf, I guess, or limited on the shelf, maybe would be a better way to say it.
I'm cool with that. Like, a limit is not a problem.
No, I would say,
it's the fact of, like, you know,
got to go to a lottery.
I actually kind of like the limit because it keeps the guy from that walks in to buy 10 of them from getting them. And then, like, he keeps one and then resells the other 9.
You're exactly right.
So I love the idea of a limit. I wish I'm a fan of, like, crack the bottle before you leave too.
Dude, the first time I heard about a store that does that at their lotteries, I was like, yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
I want you're gonna open it if you
open it right now.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm with that all the way because, you know,
so,
I get sick of the guys that buy these bottles and have no intentions on drinking.
I completely agree with you.
That's just me.
So this one is exactly 107 proof, and like I said, it's 8 years, 10 months. So you just got to look. The year will be on the neck here. So yeah, let's get into this, man.
Yeah, I'm with it. Let's go.
So this one's got a nice little foot band.
You know what? I have not smoked today, so I am going to. I'm gonna get a real taste of this first.
I mean, this foot band is just 90% gold, right?
It's really nice.
Like just enough of the brownish, maroonish kind of color to be able to put the 135 and you can still read it. Like it's crazy. Have you had that on a clean palate before?
No.
Okay.
I have not. I got me a decent enough pour to last here, and that ain't gonna last a full 30 minutes. A little more.
I mean, I gotta tell you, like we've talked about it before. Like once you get past the like Jim Beam proper,
yeah, everything else has been.
Everything else I think I've had is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
like I'm really shocked how good it is compared to like their flagship.
Okay. I don't know why I'm smelling like some coffee notes.
Interesting. Oh, I forgot to cover cost on this. I think this runs like 60 or so, 65 maybe.
That's pretty good, man. Got some sweetness. Like maybe a little honey flavor to it.
Like I haven't even tasted it yet, but I can already tell it's different than the Knob Creek.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I know it's only like 7 points above, right? And it's a few years younger. Well, this one's only about a year younger. But I don't know, like, if they only have one mash bill for bourbon, like some of these other distilleries do. But, I mean, we've had stuff before where it's like very nearly the same age, the same proof, and, like, you're like, why does it taste so different? And it's like, well, you've got brick house location, you got floor, rotation, temperature, wind. Like it's incredible to me how much can change
just based on like
so many different factors.
Yeah,
like the mash build, the age, and the proof are not everything, I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
No, definitely not.
Like that's a big part of it, no doubt. And like if you go to like a Brown Foreman where they do heat cycling, right? So they artificially control the temperature in their brick houses. I don't think Jim Beam does that. I don't think Turkey does that.
I don't think a lot of them do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think most of them do not.
I mean, Uncle Nearest did not.
Right.
They let the elements do what they do. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get my light in here.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's not overly proofy.
No. I didn't get the real, to be completely honest, like it drinks below significantly. Like I would think that's a really low 100, 101, something like that. It does not drink it.
Yeah, I was thinking high 90s.
Yeah.
I was really thinking sub 100. Because I've had 100 proof stuff that tastes proofier than that. Got some nice smoke production there, man, right off the bat.
This is super chocolatey.
Chocolatey, huh? Man, I recently had a tequila that was chocolatey.
That's crazy.
How crazy is that? We'll have to highlight that one day.
Is that the one you brought to the lounge the other night?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to try that.
My lighter turned up too much. Oh, yeah. See, for me, I'm getting a lot of nuttiness.
That's there. I get that too.
Getting a lot of nuttiness.
There's just this chocolate that was kind of...
I could see it. It's there. It's definitely there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a ton of nuttiness. It's so good, though. You know what?
Flavor.
Unfortunately, I didn't look up what the retail is on this before we started.
I'm going to guess it's probably, what, a $14, $15 cigar or something like that?
I think so. That sounds about right, $15.
I mean, I know Oliva, they're not overly expensive, but like this is,
They're It's a special cigar.
This is an anniversary cigar.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be a little bit more.
Well, it takes a special kind of roller, you know, to roll this kind.
Right.
Right. The rollers have various like levels, right? And I'm sure this shape takes a higher level of roller, you know, and so they pay them more.
So I would think it's a $14, $15 cigar.
I think you're about right.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, put it in the comments.
Yeah, you know.
And we haven't done too many Olivas.
Nah, we really do. Like the crazy thing for me is like, to be completely honest, I don't have a bunch of them in my collection. Like
I don't either.
Like, it's not something that I smoke on a regular basis. And I don't know why, because every time I have one, I really enjoy it.
I mean, all the letters, right? The G, the N, the O.
I mean, I mostly smoke the V. I'm not going to front,
like the V's, right? But those, like, so they all have a, you know, a particular audience, and they're all really good, you know, for what they are. And they're not crazy overpriced. And you can find them dirt cheap if you just go look.
If you do a little research and do some digging, you can get a great deal on them.
You can get a great deal on these. It's crazy how good of a deal. And you're right. They're not in my regular rotation, and maybe they should be. Maybe I need to grab some of the other letters.
I think part of it for me is
it's been a while.
They tend to be medium-bodied.
Yeah.
I smoke a lot of full-body cigars, so it's rare that I ventured down.
I don't mind starting with a medium
I don't
body.
either. It's just I also don't mind starting at the top, though.
Well, I mean, you know.
So
yeah, I hear you.
You know, for me, it's not a big deal to start right out with a full body.
Right.
You know, full strength.
Yeah, I mean, you know, go big or go home, right?
You know, I'm God of Fire at 9 a.m., baby. You know,
look, yeah, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't saw it myself.
Like, you know me, man. I have no issues like smoking heavy, like right out the bed. Like, as long as I got a little something on my stomach, I'm good. So. This is quite enjoyable, though.
It's very, I don't want to say elegant. That's too, I think that's saying too much.
Yeah.
But it's luxurious, kind of like it's on the luxurious side of, it's more than you expect from a Oliva. How about that?
I'll give you that.
And so
I'll give you that.
And so you're kind of taken aback, like, oh, this is kind of nice.
It's
like this is taking me on a little journey. Like it's
more robust.
Is that what it is?
Like
you think? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That the Melanio Maduro, man, that thing is strong. I think this is a little bit more refined.
That's it. We'll go with refined.
Yeah,
that's much better.
Yeah, this is probably their most refined cigar. You know, in like regular production. I'm sure that they've got super limited production stuff that's, you know, more refined than this, but
I love the smoke production.
Like it's just really nice. Yeah.
Here's the man. Again, this is one of those cigars. Like, Oliva, like they have such great characteristics, right? Like the smoke production is amazing. The burn is damn near perfect right now. You know, especially for this shape of cigar.
Yeah. I feel like this cigar is something that would fit a lot of palates.
Yeah.
Like
the combustion is phenomenal. I mean? Like there's just so many good things about this.
Like the person that's just starting out would love this. The seasoned person would love this.
I don't know if the person just starting out would.
The full body person would love this. Like
I don't know if I agree that I don't know that a person just starting out would know how good this is.
Well, okay, but it wouldn't take them.
It wouldn't make them upset to smoke it, right? Like they wouldn't be mad about it.
They might not be able to
but they might not appreciate what it is.
I'll give you that.
Because it's just a really well done cigar.
Yeah. And it's funny, like you see, it starts out really small, and so it feels like the thing should just smoke super fast in the beginning.
But it's not. It's not burning.
Like it's barely burning. I feel like I'm barely smoking it. Like it's gonna go out or something.
The retro hail wasn't bad either, right? So the retro was pretty good.
No, it's very much right in the middle of medium. Like at least for me, it is. Ash is looking nice. I'm still getting a lot of, you know, nuttiness, getting a little bit of woodsy, a little bit of leather, that little bit of chocolate, like you said.
The chocolate is what stood out for me because I think all of those other characteristics were things that I normally get from a cigar.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't get the like richness that you would normally get from that chocolate.
Yeah, it's not a deep dark chocolate type thing. It's more of a
like kind of a cacao kind of
a mid palate, chocolatey,
gotcha.
you know. But it's very it's enjoyable.
Well, let's see how this pairs with our pour for the day.
Like, I mean, look at the smoke production.
Yeah, I mean, the smoke coming off this is crazy.
I mean, and the room is pretty full of smoke too. Like if you haven't seen, like, it's very the combustion is great on this. As always, Oliva did a great job.
Oh yes, man, this is opened up in glass like substantially.
So I don't get any coffee now.
That's good.
I don't know where that came from. Like honestly, like.
And you don't even really drink coffee, like not really.
Like
it's not like it's a daily thing for you.
No, it's not a daily thing. But I have, I have something once a week. Like I'll have some sort of coffee weekly.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not a daily coffee guy.
Yeah. See, I mean, I drink coffee every day. So.
No. Damn. Really? Like cigars, bourbon, and coffee. Sheesh.
I don't drink anything else with caffeine in it. No sodas, no nothing. I only drink 2 cups, and they're always before 9 a.m.
Okay.
So I have no caffeine after 9 a.m.
So yeah, see, like, so you're one of those guys that's like up in the morning. Like,
no, I'm not. That's why I can drink the coffee.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, me and you could not rock early in the morning, apparently, because I am not a pleasant person early in the morning.
So let's take it a step back. So, I'm an empty nester now, right? And the first 2 or so years of being an empty nester was a really weird transition for me because there's so much of your time goes into your kids and you don't even realize it. Even when they're like teenagers, like older teenagers.
Yeah.
There's still
Trust me, I know.
It's not even so much the time for them, it's the time in the routine.
Yeah.
You get into this routine.
Yep.
And even when they get older, you're just still stuck in that routine. And so when they're gone and you no longer need that routine, and then COVID hit. And so I was still getting up like normal time. Like I was going into the office and getting dressed. Like I was doing literally my normal routine.
I got you.
And then just going 10 feet and sitting down at the computer to go to work. Like it was crazy, and so like I did that for a while. And I mean, so this is a mix of becoming an empty nester and COVID hitting at the same time. But, now I've kind of settled into my, empty nester ways or whatever. And now I'm not a morning person. Like I would have told you before, oh yeah, I'm a morning person.
I've never been a morning person. Kids, no kids.
It's hard for me to wake up in the morning. Like it's hard for me to like get motivated to like get my ass out of the bed.
So my thing is, I wouldn't say it's hard for me to get up in the morning. Like I wake up in the morning all the time at the same exact time. Like it doesn't matter how it doesn't matter how late I've stayed up. I could go to bed at 3 a.m. I'm gonna wake up at 7:30. Like it's guaranteed. I'm not gonna sleep past 7:30. Right? Realistically, right now I don't know why it's getting earlier, but the last month it's been like right at 7 a.m. Like I'm up. I'm awake. Now, problem being, I can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
I might be awake,
right,
but I cannot get out of bed.
Oh, I might wake up at 7 when my alarm goes off.
I don't even have an alarm. I just wake up. But I ain't getting out of bed.
Yeah.
And
then it's just like I'm sitting on the couch with my cup of coffee trying to watch the news, and I'm just like, come on, I gotta wake up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I do. I absolutely do.
I'm trying to like motivate myself to wake up because, anyway, what the hell were we talking about just now? How did we get on that subject?
You were talking.
Oh, we were talking about coffee.
Coffee.
We were talking about
coffee. I said I didn't get coffee anymore. But then, I was saying like, man, you drink coffee, smoke cigars and bourbon, like,
So I do smoke every day, but I don't drink every day.
Okay.
There is that. And when I'm home drinking, I typically don't drink more than like 2 pours. So like I would make a pour like I made today.
Right.
And I would drink this over the entire cigar.
Yeah.
And just very slowly sip on it.
I can't say that same. Here's my problem. I don't have to drink, right? Like
me neither.
So most days I don't drink.
Okay.
Right? The problem is if I decide to drink,
it's on.
It's on. Like once I crack something,
I love it.
I sit it on the table.
Yeah.
Like one pour, shit. Like by the time I'm done, we're gonna be like 6, 7 deep, and minimum.
And you're doing this and not smoking.
Yes, no smoking.
And see, that's for me. Like we went to that tasting and didn't smoke.
Yeah,
that was super weird for me because I never drink and don't smoke.
No, I can drink like.
So
and don't have to have a cigar,
like,
but I would prefer to smoke and not drink. Like so, like right. If I had to have one or the other, I would prefer to smoke.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like you know. But if I decide to pull out a bottle, you know, like my Knicks lost yesterday, right?
Man, I looked that up and like I couldn't even say anything in the group chat. Like I saw you mention something like they were losing. I'm like, oh,
hey, they wasn't just losing; they was getting smacked.
So I looked it up and it was like, oh.
They was getting smacked. We lost Jalen Brunson. I want to say like beginning of the third quarter, broken hand, fractured hand.
Really?
Another injury. So OG Anobi, they tried to play him.
Yeah, it was over.
He had a hamstring from, so he hadn't played since game 2. He tried to play. He played 5 minutes. They took him back out. You know, Josh Hart had the abdominal strain. You know, I knew what it was going into the game. I was like, listen,
too many injuries.
It's just,
and I mean,
Indiana was ramping up.
And here's the thing: like, even if you guys had won, you would go to Boston,
and we was just going to get annihilated.
Yeah.
Like, but here's the good thing: Indy, right? It's as much as they. What I don't like about like certain players is don't talk shit when you're losing, right? Or when you're winning. You got to have that same energy when you're losing, right? Like, so like, you know, they came into the Garden, you know, and there was a whole lot of tough talk and, you know, everything when they was winning, but none of that when they was losing. So, you know, I can't wait to watch Indy go to Boston and get smacked. And I don't root for Boston. I hope both of them would just fall off the face of the earth. Indiana and Boston could both go.
Where is the first game?
Boston.
Okay.
Right? Like, but so I had already told my wife, like, Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. We in New York. It is what it is. Like, just understand, I'm going to pay for one of these overinflated ass tickets and I'm going. Like, something. But, you know, I guess God was trying to tell me, you know, I ain't need to spend that money.
But that would have been just for the conference, right? Not for the national.
Eastern Conference Finals. So that would have been like, you know, whoever wins that goes to
that was the
finals.
Quarterfinals, basically, right?
Semi.
Or semi, yeah.
Yeah, semi. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, they had a good run. You know, they made it pretty far, considering, you know, injuries and everything else.
We had 3 starters, 2 rotation players out, so, you know.
I mean, that kills you. Kills the energy, kills the vibe.
Hey, you know, it was fun. It was a fun season, man. It's been a while since we had a really fun season, so I'm happy. Like, I can't complain. You know, my wife came and watched the game with me at the lounge the other night, so that was a shock.
Oh, did she? She showed up?
She showed up second half, just walked through the door. Like,
wow.
Everybody started making a commotion, like, oh, shit.
I know who was there.
Yeah, what's going on? I'm like, my wife walking. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. You know, she came and watched the game. So I was like, you know.
Is she a Knicks fan? Or is she a fan because you're a fan?
She a fan because I'm a fan. You know, it's like, but it's surprising to watch her get into the games, right? Like, so, you know, we watching the game and like she really in, like, yo, what's going on? Ain't that a foul? I'm like, you know, she getting loud, cursing at the TV, like she acting like me. Like, so I'm good with that though.
I watched the game when I came home Friday, and there were quite a few questionable calls. Quite a few. And then it's funny, like, when there's the ones where it's, you know, like it's obviously a foul. You got the guy walking around like, what happened? I love it when they look shocked.
Hey, listen, here's my thing. Like, officiating in the NBA has become a nightmare.
I'm sure.
You know, they just can't figure out how to keep it even. You know, it's always lopsided. And I don't know. I don't know how you fix it at this point.
Well, like, you know, so the amount of distance these guys can you know, span in 2 steps is ridiculous. Like,
is it really 2 steps though, or is it like 16?
Well, I would say that anytime it's 2, it's really 3. And I'm gonna tell you, like, so I love to watch March Madness. I don't love college basketball, but I love March Madness.
Yeah, because it gets really competitive.
Like, it's super competitive, and there's tons of games. Like, it's just so much fun, right?
Yeah.
And usually my complaint is the officiating. Like, they just won't let them play, right? This year they did great. For the most part, they let them play. But now you got this. I'm not going to say it's a new move. It's just coming to light because now all the other stuff.
Step back.
No, I'm okay with that. It's this little hop that they do.
The pro hop.
They stop dribbling and they hop and then they jump and take the shot.
Pro hop.
And it's like that. You just traveled. Both feet left the ground.
Yes.
And you held on to the ball.
Yes.
That's a travel.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Wait, what do you mean not necessarily?
Because it depends. So I can't remember exactly how the rule goes.
I need somebody to explain this to me.
I can't remember how the rule goes, but like you're allowed to do a jump gather, right? So like you come off of that 1 foot jump and land on 2. It's not a travel. That's what you're talking about. It's called a pro hop. So I know exactly what you're talking about, but
I don't like it.
It's been around forever.
It feels like it gets an extra step. Feels like you get an extra step because you still get a plant foot.
Yeah.
When you do that.
Yeah, you could pivot if you wanted.
Right. You still get a plant foot. You can still pivot around. But like you literally got an extra step. You can take 1, 2, plant.
See, I don't know.
That's
about
a third step.
I don't know about that.
But they do. You can take. Well, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. You can take the 1 extra step.
So you can take a step, hop, land, and then you are still allowed to pivot.
Right. I just don't know if I don't know, man. I don't like it. Like,
I get it.
Because it's always like immediately pre-shot. It's not like it's a basketball move.
Right.
It's a pre-shot move. They're doing it.
We've never talked sports on the podcast.
We've never talked basketball, which is one of your
but
passions.
we've never really got like in depth into sports on the podcast. I'm good with it though.
We've broached other things, right?
But I'm totally good with it. But we've never went here.
You're more into basketball. I'm more into football.
Yes.
But I do enjoy basketball. I can't. It's hard for me to get into it. I don't know. Like I'm trying to get into hockey, and I'm having just a hard time getting into it. Soccer, same thing. I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah, I don't get soccer.
And I think my problem with soccer
I don't understand the time in soccer. It's like, I start the game, it's like, okay, it's so much time. And by the end of the game, it's like, why is there still so much time left?
Well, so they can add time at the end of the game based on certain circumstances.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like that.
And the clock counts up.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's weird. I'm like, there's a lot of time here. Like,
but hockey, like, I'm having trouble understanding the rules, right? And I need to sit down and just like read the basic rule set, But basketball is one of those. Like, I played basketball when I was a kid. Like, I played for the city. I was on one of the little city teams. As a young teenager, whatever, right?
Never would have expected that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
And so like I did that. I did volleyball, softball, baseball. The only one I didn't do was football. I played like with the neighborhood kids.
Yeah.
But I never like played on a team.
Yeah.
So
never any organized football.
That's right.
Okay.
And so it just, I don't know, that I'm seeing that now that I'm watching more and more basketball. I'm seeing it, and I'm just like, what is that? What's that?
Well, we going to a game next year then. We going to some games next year.
All right.
We're gonna go do some stuff, like, for sure. But I guess we should talk about our drinks and our cigars. Man, we got off task and
we went on a tangent.
But hey, I'm good with that, man. Like,
I got a
real world
touch up here.
I'm still doing pretty good. Like, that's a pretty good burn. I've ashed a few times. I guess I should talk about the band.
Yeah. So did you save your foot band?
I did.
Okay, good. So let's talk about the foot band first.
So this is really the standout band on the cigar. Let's just be honest, right?
Yeah.
The foot band with the 135 on it. It's all gold, with a very little, like, what is that? A burgundy.
It's like a brown,
a dark,
like a reddish brown,
some
almost.
red in it. Like, I don't know what color to call that.
Yeah.
But it says 135.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one, because the rest of the band looks like regular Oliva.
Yeah.
Right. This is what they do on just about every band. It's gold. So the regular band has more of that brownish red that we're talking about, with some red inlay and gold overlay. Beautiful band, to be completely truthful. It looks really classic. Looks really upscale, right?
Yeah.
Like really, really upscale. So it's a beautiful cigar. Like you would definitely notice it if it was in a humidor somewhere. Because I can always pick out an Oliva anytime I'm in a brick and mortar.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Can't miss it.
you see that, you know, thing in the front,
Yeah.
and it's just unmistakable, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing that changes is like the letter that's
The
in
letter.
there,
That's it.
right?
That's
You know,
all they
so-
change on it.
Yeah.
So this one, it does have the additional band. I don't know if you can see it, but you know, maybe. This says
I'll try to
135.
throw up a picture of it.
Yeah, I'll make sure not to toss it just in case. Did you toss yours or you kept it? All right, cool. But that's the only difference. Like the footband, gives it some extra standout characteristics, but overall it looks like any other Oliva I've ever seen. But it's a good looking cigar, good looking band. Yeah, can't go wrong.
And it transitions a little bit too. Like it's getting a little bit stronger. The nuttiness is really taken over for me, at least. Got a little bit of leatherness.
Here's what I'll say.
woodiness.
I don't know that it's getting stronger. I think I'm just getting more on the draw.
Could be. Well,
right? So because we had the tapered cigar.
Yeah, like it was smaller on the end. But you might be right.
So I don't know that it's stronger. I just think I'm getting more smoke.
That might be it.
So
Which, hey, if that's the case, that's a pretty good
I like
design.
that. Right? Like I'm
Start
not
you off
opposed
small.
to that at all. Like, it ramped up a little bit as far as the smoke production when getting a draw. So I'm totally in on that. Listen, the Bakers, man, I haven't had anything as far as Bakers goes that I don't enjoy. So
It's one that I make sure I always have one. And because they're always, typically on the shelf, even at limit one, it's one I can just walk into most liquor stores and just grab it.
Mm-hmm.
I picked one of these up for a friend of mine, I think it was for his birthday, and so just one of those ones that's like, it's really good to have. It's really good to gift.
Yeah.
Really good to drink.
Yeah. Yep.
It's, the proof, like you said earlier, it's not nearly as proofy as it states. This one's a really good age. It's almost 9 years old.
Yep.
And just doesn't taste like the Knob Creek 9 at all. Like, I love the Knob Creek 9, but this is just, I don't know, is this maybe just got more flavor notes to it? Like the regular old Knob Creek, 9, 100 proof.
It's a bit muted.
It's kind of muted, right?
It's kind of muted.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know if it's fair to compare the two. Like, is it realistically fair to compare this Baker's to that?
Based on what I know right at the moment, yeah. I mean, the only difference is that they're 7 proof points apart. I think they're the same mash build. They're basically the same age.
Maybe. Okay.
So
I'll give you that.
The difference being is probably rickhouse location and floor.
Like, this doesn't seem like a standard model.
Well, okay, so I think I see where you're going with this. So the Knob Creek 9 is literally a everyday standard on the shelf model. Like it's not
Mass
it's not the
production.
flagship.
Yeah,
but
mass production.
It's directly behind the flagship, right?
Yeah.
This is not anywhere close to the flagship. This is, specialty, low production.
Right.
Right. It's a limit of 1 if you see it.
Which is why I'm saying, is it fair to compare?
Yeah. So chances are when they're tasting barrels and they get a particular profile,
they're going to bottle it up and say, this is a one-off.
That's a Baker's bottle.
Yeah,
or
that's a
Baker's
one-off.
barrel. Yeah. You're probably right.
So that's why I think it's not fair to compare. If I was going to compare it, right,
Yeah,
like I'd probably
hear
say
you.
we want to hit like a single barrel.
I hear you. The Knob single barrel.
And then
Yeah.
you're at 120.
Right.
And then
versus
I don't
107.
know.
I don't know if that beats it.
Yeah. So right, that's where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that knocks off a Knob Creek single barrel.
Okay, so yeah, so there's
Because what's the
probably
price point on this?
it's like 60.
I'm definitely drinking the Knob Creek.
Yeah, they're basically the same price.
They're basically the same price.
And you get way more proof and way more flavor.
I'm gonna get that 120.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
kick
you're
up
not
in
wrong.
flavor.
You're not wrong.
Right. So I'm not saying the Baker's is bad. It's very good. But if we're talking about, side by side, like the standard.
That'd be an interesting battle, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the standard Knob
Like-
Creek is just a standard Knob Creek. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really battle that against anything else in the portfolio, really.
No. Because truthfully, like, that standard Knob Creek is going to kick the ass of a lot of stuff because of the age.
Right, yes. I mean, it won in our blind, our criteria blind.
Yeah, like easily.
So, yeah, okay, all right. So they probably, when they're going through tasting bottles to figure out what's what, they get a particular profile, and it's the baker's profile, and so they put that off to the side and say, this is baker's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
but
probably
we need
right.
to do some more research and find out if it's the same mash bill or not.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I'm most of these big guys, they don't have a lot of mash bills.
I get it, but hey, listen, man, they do something very different to this than they do that regular Knob Creek.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up. I mean, look, if you guys know, share with us.
Yeah, let us know. But I think we just gave y'all our final thoughts, like realistically. So, anything else you want to add?
No, I don't think I'm good.
Okay. Well, y'all know what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content. I think this was a pretty cool episode. We just kind of kicked back, smoked, had some drinks.
Listen, we
talked everyday stuff.
We did what we do, right?
Yeah.
Walked in, had no idea we were going to talk basketball, and we spent 10, 15 minutes talking about basketball. So that's what we do.
Who would have thought?
I mean, hey.
Who would have thought?
But anyway.
Yeah, man. You know what it is. Another episode of High Proof Ashes. I am Duran, no cool nickname. To my left,
I'm Jason JB Smoke, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Put some smoke in the air.